Welcome to Shop Strategy, the deep dive that gets you the insights you need to thrive in e-commerce. This session is powered by Growth Suite. Growth Suite helps you run smart discount campaigns on your store. Test it for free on your Shopify store. So today we're tackling something I hear about a lot. You've got a Shopify store, you're getting people to visit, which is great, but maybe not enough of them are actually, buying things. It's a frustrating spot. What's the missing piece here?
Yeah, it's super common. And often that missing piece, that key, is conversion rate optimization, or CRO for sure.
CRO.
Right. It's really about looking hard at the traffic you already have. You've done the work to get them there. Now it's about figuring out how to persuade more of those visitors to take the action you want. Usually that's making a purchase, but maybe it's adding to cart, signing up, whatever your goal is.
So it's not just about getting more traffic, but making the traffic you have work harder for you.
Exactly. Maximizing the return on the effort you've already put in.
Yeah.
And the impact. Well, it can be huge financially.
How so?
Well, think about the numbers. Even nudging your conversion rate up by, say, just 1 percentage point, that can seriously boost your revenue. And the best part, you don't necessarily need to spend more on ads to do it.
Okay, give me an example.
All right. Let's say you're converting 1% of your visitors now. You make some smart CRO changes, optimize things, and get that up to 2%.
Okay.
You've just doubled your sales, same traffic, double the results. That's pretty powerful stuff.
Wow, okay. Yeah, that definitely puts it into perspective. It's like finding a hidden lever in your business, like you said.
It really is.
So for any Shopify owners listening who are seeing decent traffic, maybe scratching their heads about the sales numbers, this deep dive is absolutely for them.
Definitely.
We're going to dive into practical CRO strategies, right?
Yeah.
Stuff people can actually use. Identifying bottlenecks, trying techniques, and crucially, how to keep improving.
Yeah, let's get into it. So when we talk CRO specifically for Shopify, like I said, it's about getting more visitors to do what you want.
Make a purchase, usually.
That's the main one, making a purchase. But also things like adding products to the cart that shows intent, right? Or signing up for your email list that lets you nurture the relationship. Or maybe creating a customer account, which makes future buys easier for them. All valuable actions.
And Shopify itself gives you a decent starting point for this, doesn't it? With the themes, the built-in analytics, the App Store.
It does provide a strong base. Customizable themes give you design control. The analytics dashboard is there, and that app ecosystem is massive, offering all sorts of extra functions.
But just having the tools isn't enough, is it?
Not at all. That's the key point. You need to know how to use those Shopify features and the right apps strategically. That's often what separates the stores that are really killing it from the ones just getting by.
Right. Strategy matters.
Let's go back to that numbers example just to hammer it home. Say 10,000 visitors a month. Standard stuff.
Okay.
And you're converting at 2%. That's 200 orders. If your average order is, let's say, $50.
That's $10,000 in revenue.
Right. Now, implement some smart CRO. Boost that rate just 1 point to 3%.
Okay. 3% of 10,000 is 300 orders.
Exactly. At $50 each, that's $15,000 in revenue. A 50% increase.
Wow. Just from optimizing what's already there.
Without spending a dime more on getting those initial 10,000 visitors, that's the power.
That really drives it home. And it's not just about the immediate sales boost either, is it? There are knock-on effects.
Absolutely. When you improve conversion, you're almost always improving the user experience too.
Makes sense.
People find products easily, understand the benefits, checkout is smooth, no hiccups. They're more likely to buy now, sure, but they're also much more likely to become loyal customers.
They come back.
They come back, they buy again, maybe they even tell their friends. You get that word of mouth, that organic growth. It creates a really positive cycle.
Okay, so we get what CRO is, why it's vital for Shopify stores. How do we actually track if our efforts are, working? What metrics matter?
Well, the number one most fundamental metric is your conversion rate itself.
Right.
And calculating it is pretty straightforward. You just take the number of conversions, purchases, signups, whatever your goal is.
Got it.
Divide that by the total number of unique visitors you had in that same time period. Then multiply by 100 to get the percentage.
Okay, simple enough. So, example, last month, 5,000 visitors, 150 purchases. That's calculating. 150 divided by 5,000 times 100. 3%.
Exactly, a 3% conversion rate. And the good news for Shopify users is this data is usually easy to find. Your basic Shopify admin dashboard shows your conversion rate.
Okay.
But for a deeper dive, more detail, I highly recommend connecting your store to Google Analytics.
Why is that?
Because Google Analytics lets you slice and dice the data much more. You can see conversion rates broken down by traffic source, like did they come from Google Search, Facebook, an email campaign,
Oh, okay.
and by device, desktop versus mobile versus tablet,
Yeah.
even by different customer segments. That level of detail is invaluable for finding where the real opportunities or problems lie.
That sounds crucial for pinpointing issues.
Mm-hmm.
So once we know our rate, like that 3% example, how do we know if that's, well, good? Is there a benchmark?
Ah, the million-dollar question. It varies, honestly. Generally speaking, for Shopify stores, the average tends to hover somewhere between 1% and 3%.
Okay, 1 to 3%.
But, and this is a big but, it really depends on your industry. Health and beauty often see higher rates. Electronics may be lower because people do more research.
What, more comparison shopping?
Exactly. So while those averages are a rough guide, don't get too hung up on them. What's much more important is focusing on improving your own rate over time. Continuous improvement.
Focus on your own progress, not just hitting an average. Makes sense. But how can we get some context for our specific niche?
Both Google Analytics and Shopify's Analytics can offer some industry benchmark data. They're useful reference points. See how you stack up generally.
But not the be-all and end-all.
Definitely not. Treat them as reference points, not absolute targets. The real takeaway is consistent, even small improvements add up significantly over the long run.
All right, understood. Know what CRO is, why it matters, how to measure it. Let's get practical. What are some basic strategies Shopify owners can use right now? Where's a good place to start?
A fantastic place to start, probably the most crucial, is your product pages.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's where the decision happens.
Exactly. This is where people are actively deciding yes or no. So high-quality visuals and really compelling descriptions are absolutely fundamental. Online, people buy with their eyes, right? They can't touch the product.
So true. Got to help them visualize it.
Well,
What kind of visuals work best?
you need multiple high-resolution images. Show the product from different angles. Lifestyle shots are key. Show it in use, in context. Helps people imagine it in their life. Selling apparel. Show models wearing it. And ideally, use a diverse range of models, different body types, so more people can relate.
Good point. What about image quality?
Crucial. Use high-res images. Shopify recommends at least 2048 by 2048 pixels. Why? So the zoom function works well. People want to see the details, the texture. Don't make them guess.
Okay, crystal clear visuals are a must. What about the words, the product descriptions?
Big one. The key here is focus on benefits, not just features.
Benefit over feature, explain that.
Okay, a feature is what it is. This jacket has a waterproof coating. A benefit is what it does for the customer. Stay completely dry and comfortable even in heavy rain. See the difference?
Oh, yeah. Solves their problem.
Exactly. How does it make their life better? Use bullet points for key features, make it scannable, but then use engaging copy that expands on those benefits. Answer their questions before they ask. Address potential doubts. What makes your product special? Emphasize that value.
Show them visually, then tell them how it improves their life. Got it. What's next after visuals and descriptions?
Social proof. Hugely powerful. Think customer reviews.
Oh, yeah, I always look at reviews.
We all do. It's human nature. We want to know what other people think, especially online. A product with lots of positive reviews. Instant trust builder. The stats are crazy. Something like 93% of consumers say reviews impact their buying decisions.
93%. That's massive.
Yeah.
So how do Shopify stores get reviews front and center?
It's pretty easy nowadays. There are great apps in the Shopify App Store, Yokpo, Judge.me, even Shopify's own free one. Get one integrated.
And then just let the reviews roll in.
Well, yes, but placement is key. Make them visible on the product page. Don't bury them. Put them right below the description or images. Easy to find.
Okay.
And consider highlighting a few killer reviews, ones that specifically tackle a common concern or really shout about a key benefit. Draw attention to the best feedback.
Smart. Kind of curate the impact. Are there other types of social proof besides star ratings and text reviews?
Oh, absolutely. Get creative. Encourage customers to send photos or videos using your product. User-generated content feels so authentic.
Real people.
Testimonials work well, especially detailed ones. Has your brand been featured in the media, won awards? Show those logos, those trust badges.
Right.
For expensive or complex items, case studies or video testimonials can really provide that extra layer of reassurance people need.
Okay, so killer product pages, great visuals, benefit-driven copy, lots of social proof. What's the next big area for basic CRO?
Let's talk checkout. This is make or break time.
The final hurdle.
Exactly. You can lose someone right at the finish line if the process is clunky, confusing, or just annoying. Cart abandonment rates are notoriously high, often around 69% or even more.
Wow, 69%?
Yeah,
That's a lot of lost sales.
it is. And a complicated checkout is a prime suspect. Too many steps, unexpected costs, forcing account creation.
Ugh, yeah, being forced to create an account is annoying.
Right. So number one, enable guest checkout. Don't force account creation, especially for first-time buyers.
Okay, what else?
Use autofill for forms where possible, speed things up. Use progress indicators, little bars showing step 1 of 3, step 2 of 3, so people know where they are and how close they are to finishing.
Reduces uncertainty.
Exactly. And absolutely critical today. Make sure your mobile checkout is smooth. We'll talk more on mobile later, but it's huge for checkout friction.
Got it. Smooth mobile checkout. Anything else on streamlining?
Think about timing for upsells or cross-sells. Maybe try those after the main purchase is confirmed. A one-click upsell on the thank you page, for instance.
Don't distract them during the main event.
Precisely.
Yeah,
Get the core conversion first, then look to increase the order value.
smart. Okay, make it easy. What about the trust factor during checkout? People are handing over payment info.
Super important. You're asking for sensitive data. You have to establish trust right there. Security badges, trust signals, they really help reassure people their info is safe.
Alleviates those little nagging doubts.
Exactly. Those doubts can be enough to make someone bail right at the end.
So what specific signals should we use?
Definitely show SSL certificate indicators, that little padlock in the browser. Display logos of payment processors you accept: Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, etc. Consider security seals from known names like Norton or McAfee if appropriate. Also, make your return policy, shipping info, any satisfaction guarantees really clear and easy to find during checkout. Don't make them hunt for it. Shopify lets you add these easily, or use apps like Trust Hero or Trust Badge.
Visibility is key.
And fundamental trust also comes from clear pricing. No surprises. Show all costs, including shipping and taxes, early in the process. Sticker shock at the very end is a huge conversion killer.
Right, be upfront. Okay, so optimizing product pages and streamlining checkout, solid foundational stuff. Let's level up. What about more advanced CRO techniques?
Okay, yeah. Once the basics are solid, you can explore things like personalization and dynamic content, making the experience feel tailored to the individual.
Like Amazon does, recommending stuff based on what you looked at.
Exactly like that. We're all used to it now, kind of expect it. And it's more accessible for Shopify stores than you might think, thanks to AI.
AI-powered recommendations. How does that work?
These tools analyze visitor behavior, what they click, what they view, their past purchases if they're logged in. They even look at similar customer profiles. Based on all that data, they suggest products that specific visitor is highly likely to be interested in.
Makes sense. Helps discovery.
It does. It improves the experience, making it easier to find relevant stuff. But it also significantly boosts average order value, or AOV, often by 10%, 20%, even 30%.
Wow, that's a serious bump. Is it hard to set up?
Generally, no. There are user-friendly apps for this in the Shopify App Store, things like Recomatic, LimeSpot, frequently bought together, loads of options.
Okay.
They integrate pretty easily. You can then strategically place these recommendation blocks, think customers also bought, on product pages, or complete your purchase in the cart, or even you might also like on the post-purchase page.
Smart placements to keep them engaged or add to the order.
Cool. What's another advanced technique?
Segmented email marketing. Email still has an amazing ROI for e-commerce, but
But blasting the same generic email to everyone doesn't really cut it anymore. Exactly. It's increasingly ineffective. People tune it out. The key is segmentation.
breaking your list down.
Yep. Based on relevant factors. Past purchase history, what do they buy? How often? What products or categories have they browsed on your site? How engaged are they with your emails? Do they open, click? What's their lifetime value?
Okay, lots of potential segments.
Once you have those segments, you can send much more targeted, relevant campaigns. Send personalized recommendations to active buyers. Send a special win-back offer to customers who haven't bought in a while.
Tailor the message to the group.
Precisely. It feels more personal, less like spam. People are way more likely to open, click, and buy.
Makes total sense. How do we manage that segmentation and targeted sending?
Shopify's own email tools have some basic capabilities. But for more power, look at apps like Klaviyo, Omnisend. Even Shopify email's paid tiers offer more. They allow advanced segmentation and automated flows triggered by customer actions. Right message, right person, right time.
Automation sounds key there. Okay, personalization and segmented email, powerful stuff. But how do we know if any of this is actually working? Whether it's basic changes or these advanced ones, this brings us to testing, right?
Absolutely crucial. You cannot rely on guesswork or gut feelings in CRO. You need data. And that's where A/B testing comes in.
Split testing.
Right, split testing. It lets you scientifically compare two versions of something, version A versus version B, to see which one performs better for your conversion goal. It takes the guesswork out, lets customer behavior tell you what works.
So what kind of things should we A/B test on a Shopify store?
Oh, lots. Headlines on product pages, different product descriptions. Call to action buttons, test the text, the color, the placement, test different main product images, try different ways of showing price or shipping info. You could even test entirely different page layouts.
So even small tweaks can be tested.
Definitely. Sometimes seemingly minor changes can lead to surprisingly big performance differences. You just have to test it to know for sure.
How do we actually run these tests? Do we need to be super technical?
Not necessarily. Again, there are user-friendly apps. Google Optimize has a free version that's powerful. Others like Neat, A/B testing, or Convert are popular too. They make setting up tests pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Any key rules for A/B testing effectively?
Yes, 3 big ones. 1, test only one element at a time. If you change the headline A and D, the button color, you won't know which change caused the result.
Got it. Isolate the variable.
2, make sure you run the test long enough to get enough traffic and reach statistical significance. That means you're confident the results aren't just random chance. The testing tools usually help calculate this.
Okay. Need enough data.
And 3, meticulously document everything. What did you test? Why? How long did it run? What were the results? This builds a knowledge base of what works for your audience.
Bit down one thing, get enough data, track everything.
Yeah.
Solid advice. So A/B testing tells us what works better. What about understanding why customers behave the way they do?
Great question. That's the other side of the data coin. A/B tests show the outcome, but analyzing overall behavior helps uncover the underlying reasons. This deeper why is crucial for building a really effective customer-focused strategy.
So how do we get that why?
Tools like heat maps are fantastic. They visualize where people click, how they move their mouse, how far they scroll down a page.
You can see what gets attention and what gets ignored.
Exactly. Are they missing your main call to action? Are they clicking on something that isn't clickable? Heat maps reveal that. Then you have session recordings.
Watching actual user sessions.
Anonymized ones, yes. You can literally watch recordings of visitors navigating your site. See where they hesitate, where they seem confused, where they encounter friction. It's incredibly revealing for usability issues you might never spot otherwise.
Wow, that sounds like gold for finding hidden problems. Any recommended tools for heat maps and session recordings?
Hotjar is very popular. Lucky Orange is another good one. Microsoft Clarity is actually free and quite powerful.
Yeah.
Using these tools consistently helps you spot patterns. Maybe lots of people drop off the checkout after seeing shipping costs. That tells you something needs to change there. Maybe offer free shipping thresholds or be more upfront about costs earlier. Identifying those specific pain points lets you make targeted fixes.
Data to find the what and the why. Makes sense. Now let's talk SEO, search engine optimization. That's about getting traffic, right?
Yeah.
How does it connect with CRO, which is about converting that traffic?
They are very closely linked. Think of them as working together synergistically. Good SEO doesn't just bring more traffic, it brings relevant traffic.
People searching for what you actually sell.
Exactly. Visitors arriving from specific relevant search terms usually have higher purchase intent than, say, random the social media clicks. They're already looking for something like your product.
So they're inherently more likely to convert.
Generally, yes, because they're already warmed up. So optimizing your content for the right keywords helps both SEO and CRO.
Okay, so how do we do that? Keyword research.
Yep.
Find the terms your ideal customers use when they're ready to buy. Look for commercial intent keywords phrases, including buy, shop, best, review, discount, specific product names or features.
Find the buying phrases.
Right. Then weave those keywords naturally into your product titles, descriptions, page content, even blog posts if you have them. Don't stuff them in unnaturally, but make sure they're present. Shopify's built-in SEO tools make editing title tags and meta descriptions easy. Use descriptive URLs too.
Okay.
And remember, creating high-quality, genuinely helpful content doesn't just help search engines understand your page. It helps customers understand your product and trust your brand, which directly boosts conversions. Good content serves both masters.
Content for search engines and for humans. Got it. What about technical SEO stuff like site speed? Does that matter for CRO?
Hugely. Technical SEO isn't just about rankings, it's fundamental to user experience, which is core to CRO.
A site that loads fast, works perfectly on all devices, and is easy to navigate just feels more professional and trustworthy. It reduces frustration, it lowers your bounce rate, that's people leaving after just one page.
High bounce rate is bad signal for SEO and lost conversions.
Exactly. Google doesn't like sites with bad user experience, and neither do your potential customers. So things like site speed are critical for both visibility and conversions.
Okay, some speed is key. How do Shopify owners improve it?
First, make sure Google Search Console and Google Analytics are set up. They'll flag technical issues and show you user behavior data. For speed itself, optimize your images. Use the right size, compress them. Consider modern formats like WebP.
Image optimization, big one.
Minimize the number of apps you have installed. Each one can add code and slow things down. Be ruthless, only keep what's essential.
App bloat, got it.
Choose a fast, well-coded Shopify theme. Some are much faster than others. And check Shopify's own online store speed report in your admin. It gives you a score and suggests improvements. Remember, studies show every second of loading delay can significantly drop conversion rates. Speed matters a lot.
Okay, speed is non-negotiable. Now, we can't ignore mobile, right? You mentioned it earlier. The traffic stats are huge.
Absolutely massive. Mobile traffic is often over 70% for e-commerce stores now. But here's the kicker.
What's that?
Mobile conversion rates almost always lag way behind desktop rates.
Interesting. So more people browse on mobile, but fewer actually complete the purchase there.
That's often the case, and that gap represents a huge opportunity for improvement through better mobile optimization.
So what does mobile optimization really mean beyond just having a responsive theme that kind of squishes down to fit the screen?
A responsive theme is the absolute baseline. It has to adapt, but that's just step one. You need to actually test your store on real phones and tablets.
See how it feels in practice.
Exactly. How does the navigation work? Does it collapse neatly? Is it easy to cap? Are the product filters touch-friendly? Is the text readable without needing to pinch and zoom constantly? Are the buttons big enough, like really big enough for a thumb tap? Apple suggests a minimum target size of 44 by 44 pixels. Little details like that make a huge difference on mobile.
Specifics matter. What are the common pitfalls, the typical UX problems on mobile?
Well, mobile users face challenges desktop users don't. Smaller screens, maybe iffy connections, way more distractions around them.
Right.
So common issues are navigation that's fiddly or hard to use, product images that are too small to really see detail, and checkout forms. Oh boy. Long, complex forms are painful to fill out on a mobile keyboard.
Yeah, I've definitely abandoned carts because of annoying mobile checkouts.
Exactly. So how do we fix it? Simplify mobile navigation ruthlessly, maybe fewer top-level items, make search super prominent and easy to use, enable pinch to zoom on all product images, use swipeable image galleries for forms, especially checkout, absolute simplicity, large fields, clear labels above the field, not just placeholder text.
What about the keyboard?
Make sure the right keyboard pops up automatically, numeric keypad for credit card numbers or phone numbers, the one with the @ symbol for email addresses, saves taps, reduces errors.
Small details, big impact. Any apps helpful here?
Yeah, review apps like Judge.me or Looks often have good mobile display options. Page builders like Shogun or Pagefly can give you more granular control over mobile layouts if needed. But the main thing is test, test, test. Regularly grab different phones, different tablets, and go through your own buying process. Find those friction points.
Okay, constant mobile testing is key. Wow, we've covered a ton: basics, advanced stuff, SEO links, mobile. But CRO isn't a one-and-done project, is it? You mentioned continuous improvement earlier.
Absolutely not. Set it and forget it does not work for CRO. Customer tastes change, competitors adapt, new tools emerge, platform features update. It's a constantly moving target. If you want to stay ahead and keep growing, ongoing effort is essential.
So what does that ongoing effort look like practically? How do busy store owners keep this up?
It starts with routine. Regular site audits. Maybe monthly, take a look at your key metrics. How are conversion rates trending by traffic source, by device, for key products? Spot any quick changes or issues.
Monthly check-in.
Then, maybe quarterly, do a deeper dive, really walk through the entire customer journey again.
Yeah.
Use your analytics, Shopify, Google Analytics, and those behavior tools like heat maps and session recordings. Where are people dropping off now? What friction points have emerged?
Okay.
And critically, always check functionality after theme updates or installing new apps. Those things can sometimes break other things unintentionally. hurting conversions?
Good point. Stay vigilant after changes. What about getting that why on an ongoing basis? Understanding customer reasons.
That's where integrating customer feedback continuously becomes so important. Analytics show what happens. Feedback helps explain why.
How do we gather that feedback regularly?
Post-purchase surveys are great. Simple questions. How was your experience? Was anything confusing? What almost stopped you buying? On-site surveys can work too, using tools like Hotjar to ask targeted questions at specific points. And don't ignore your product reviews. People often comment on the shopping experience itself, not just the product. Goldmine of insights there.
Are there apps to help automate feedback collection?
Yes, definitely. Look at apps like Inquire Post-Purchase Survey, Grapevine, Stamp.io. They help manage surveys and reviews. But the crucial part isn't just collecting feedback.
What is it?
It's acting on it. Create a closed loop. Gather insights, prioritize changes, implement improvements, let customers know if appropriate. When people see their feedback leads to real change, they're more likely to give it again, and it builds loyalty.
Close the loop. Makes sense. Okay, this has been incredibly thorough. To wrap it up, what are the absolute key takeaways for Shopify owners listening who want to boost their conversion rates?
I think the main thing is, don't feel you need to do everything at once. CRO is methodical. It's strategic. It's based on data and understanding your specific customers.
Start somewhere specific.
Exactly. Focus on the fundamentals first. Get your product pages right, visuals, copy, social proof. Streamline that checkout, remove friction, build trust. Nail the mobile experience. It's too big to ignore.
Get the foundation solid.
Then, once that's working well, start layering in the more advanced techniques. Personalization, segmented email, really digging into A/B testing and behavior analysis.
And always keep the customer in mind.
Always. Every single optimization should ultimately be about making the experience better, easier, more compelling for the customer. Think customer-centric.
It's a marathon, not a sprint, as they say.
It really is. Remember that small, consistent improvements compound over time. It's not about finding one magic bullet. It's about an ongoing commitment to understanding and serving your customers better. That's what the successful stores do.
So what's one actionable thing listeners can do right now after hearing this?
Okay, practical step. Identify maybe the top 3 pages on your store you suspect have the lowest conversion rates. Could be product pages, category pages, whatever.
Find the weak spots.
Yep. Then go back through the principles we discussed: visuals, copy, CTAs, trust signals, mobile view. Apply those specifically to those 3 pages. Make targeted changes.
Focus the effort.
Then measure the results over the next few weeks. Did it make a difference? Use what you learned from that focused effort to guide your next set of optimizations. Start small, learn, iterate.
Excellent advice. Start focused, measure, learn, expand. Great takeaway. And that brings us to the end of this Shop Strategy Deep Dive. Remember, this session was powered by Growth Suite. Growth Suite is designed specifically to help Shopify stores like yours. It helps analyze customer behavior, pinpoint those conversion bottlenecks we talked about, and run smart, personalized discount campaigns to turn more browsers into buyers. It uses AI for recommendations and gives you real-time analytics. The goal is more sales from your existing traffic without just cranking up ad spend. You can test Growth Suite completely free on your Shopify store. Definitely check it out. Thanks for tuning in to Shop Strategy.